up? Welcome to the episode. This is going to be a really fun one, an exciting one I've been waiting to do. We're going to finally do it. We had a slight change in plans, but we are going to Plasti Dip the Starion today. Let's get this color change underway. Before we get started, make sure you drop down, you like the video, you're subscribed to the channel, and make sure you comment something awesome. What color do you think we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and do something special. What do you think that special thing is? Comment down below what you think now. Get your guesses locked in, and let's get to it. Basically what we're doing right now is we are driving. We had a slight change in plans. As you see, I have a whole bunch of stuff in the back here. I've got a Plasti Dip sprayer, I got the Plasti Dip, I got drop cloths, I got tape, I got all kinds of stuff because we are going to our friend Josh's, a good friend of the channel, been a supporter and a friend for a long time, and he is going to watch over us, Plasti Dip in the car. We were originally going to have our friend Roger do it. Some stuff, it's been a long time waiting, some stuff had come up. Monetarily, I couldn't swing it, I wish I could. You kind of get 6 in one, half dozen the other, as far as like, it's gonna be better content because it's gonna be me learning how to Plasti Dip and doing Plasti Dip, but it's also not gonna be probably as awesome as a finish as if Roger did it, but this is temporary. People keep asking me like, well, if you're doing all this work, why not paint it? Because when I paint the car, I'm gonna take everything apart, and it's gonna be like jams and engine bay and all that kind of stuff, and I just don't have the time for that right now, number one. Number two, the money, the cost that it takes to do something like that is pretty high, and when I want to do it, I want to make sure it's super nice. Right now it's coming into car season, I don't have time to do stuff like that. I want it just to look good, be a good little like 10-footer, like, dang dude, that's a cool looking Starion, and that's about it. And then I just want to drive it. I just want to drive this year. I know I've preached that on the channel a bunch, but this year's the year of driving, so I'm trying to get to some events, to do like some autocross and stuff like that, take it to some other events, drive long distances to some events, hang out with some friends, stuff like that. So we're Plasti Dipping it for several reasons. This isn't the final thing. I know it's not final. It's not meant to be final. It's meant to look good for a couple years and be like, oh, dang, that looks pretty good for a couple years. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna get to Josh's real quick. We're all loaded up. We're on our way. We had to make a quick stop at Harbor Freight for some supplies, but we're on our way to Josh's. Let's go ahead and get there and get started. Okay, so I haven't updated yet. Huh? I gotta update the video. I haven't told anybody anything yet. All right, so we got most of it prepped. Now we're on to the weird part. My hood never fit right. So Josh wanted to pull the hood off and fix a couple of things. So that's what we're getting ready to do to try to get some more adjustment in the hood itself. That's where we're at now. Sunroof frame is painted, doesn't look great, but I don't really care about that. It's a heck of sunroof, you know. Taillights are pulled out and window seals are pulled out. After this, after we get the hood fixed, then we should just be able to start taping everything up and prepping it. There's a couple of little spots I want to sand and smooth out, and we should be ready to start tomorrow morning. That's the goal. So we'll move forward, fixing the hood and doing that. All right, so we're all prepped. All the spots that should be addressed are addressed. There's a couple little spots that I'll probably do PDR on afterward, but we're all prepped, taped up, ready to go. We're gonna wait for a second, and then we're gonna hang the plastic on the back side here. But overall, we're about ready to shoot this thing. Let's go ahead and we'll get started here in a second. So as you can see, we got our Dexter kill room behind us, and we're ready to spray the first coat. First coat is going to be the high build primer, which comes out clear. It's going to make the car look satin, but that will help ensure we have some good finish when we're done. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Whole car right now is the gray, the Avalanche gray. Got a little bit of wet still drying around it, and we're getting ready to prep the start the green.
Just a little fucking wasted, toasted off this fucking Plasti Dip fumes.
I'm getting walking in the thing. Oh my god. Okay. Update. I don't care if you can see it. I can see it. Looks cool. Whatever at this point, you know. Base color down. The color is down. Uh-oh. That's all right. That's just the outside tape. Color is down. The hood did not play nice, so we're gonna have to strip that back tomorrow. That's the plan, is to strip that back, paint the hood black for now. We'll come back, we'll paint it, but let's go ahead and take a look. I'm excited. Here we are. We got this thing looking pretty good. So this is tactical green. We have a high build primer on the bottom, a couple coats of Avalanche gray, and then we went to the tactical green. So it's looking pretty nice. All right, so where we left off last time I talked to you was 10 seconds ago, but in reality that was 2 weeks ago. There's a lot to unpack and a lot to talk about. However, the important part is the Starion is all peeled back down and out of Plasti Dip so that we can re-Plasti Dip it. I'm gonna speak in a way that I'm not in certainties because I don't know enough to say with certainty. But the reaction that we had from several people's opinion was solvent pop. The reason I say that is because in some spots it even bubbled, like it literally left an air bubble in the clear coat. From what I have gathered and I have been told and I have learned, solvent pop was our problem. However, the official word from Dip Your Car is fisheye. It did not look like fisheye, but I don't know for sure. The other part of that is that we are told that it was probably from cleaning the gun with lacquer thinner in between. So if you're using Plasti Dip, don't clean your gun with thinner, I think. Although I had cleaned the gun with thinner throughout the whole process, and it only seemed to react with the clear. The other part of that is as well, because I cleaned the gun. Mikey told me clean the gun in between every single coat. So in between, every single time I let it sit and flash, I cleaned the gun. I cleaned the gun probably, I don't know, 20 times that day, all with thinner. Didn't have a problem until the clear coat. I'm not saying that that's the problem. I'm not saying it's not the problem. I don't know. My opinion and what the opinion of other people who know more than me is, if it was thinner from cleaning the gun, the first couple passes may have had a problem, but it would have brushed through. Also, you use thinner because it doesn't leave a residue or anything like that. Now, with that being said, when I cleaned the gun with thinner, which is not what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to use naphtha. I could not find naphtha, so I had denatured alcohol as well, which per Google and other research is a good substitute. it was not cleaning the gun well enough, so I used thinner. Like when I very first went to clean the gun out, before I even started using it, the denatured alcohol was not working well, so I used thinner. What you should do is get naphtha, clean the gun with naphtha. I cleaned it, Mikey told me to clean it in between every single coat, which is what I did. And everything else laid down fine until we got to the clear coat. Where does that leave us? That leaves us at a point where I can speak freely on this because I don't feel like I owe anything to anybody, because I had wasted $1,000 in Plasti Dip material on this car. I was hoping that this review was gonna be, we spray, we got a cool clear coat. Dude, this is awesome. In theory, the clear coat looked phenomenal in the spots that it didn't react to. The problem is it reacted on the entire car. Like there was spots, like sections here and there where it didn't react. I can speak freely on this because I had to rebuy the material. Now I did get a discount. It was not a heavy discount. They were running a 25% off sale already. I had an additional, they gave me an additional 25%. So 50%, 25% off what they're selling it to the public for. So I don't feel as if I owe anything to anybody, and that's not to be mean. Fonzie from Dip Your Car did write me and spent a lot of time back and forth discussing it. I do feel as if the way it was discussed was more in the fact that they didn't want to take the responsibility. Now, that's completely fine because he's not here, he couldn't see the car in person, and that is 100% okay. I understand. That's why I want to speak on it in a way that it's not damning to them. They're, from all intents and purposes and all of the things I've seen, great company. The product I had on here before the clear coat looked awesome. That is why I reordered the same product to put back on the car. I'm not doing the clear coat because I do not trust the product. Now, it's a beta product. He told me, well, it's been out for a long time. I get that, I understand. However, there is still testing. I do firmly believe if, and I'll explain why here in 1 second, if we had let the product cure overnight and then clear coated, I don't think we would have had a problem. I think the dry time was the problem. They said allow 2 hours. We started mixing it about 2 hours, started spraying about 2.5. Now, also with the gun situation, that gun was clean 2 hours prior to us spraying the clear. So that had sat, so any thinner in there should have already been evaporated, and thinner doesn't leave much of a residue, which is why you want to use it. So I did not trust the clear enough. I do think that if I would have let it sit, it would have been fine. However, I was not willing to risk that a second time because this has been hell getting it off of all the spots that we needed to get it off of, and in between spots. Everybody's gonna be like, well, yeah, Plasti Dip's hard to peel. It really wasn't that hard to peel after it cured for a while, and then also in the spots where it was laid thick. The problem was that the hood started doing something weird with like some of the old paint that was on it. So we decided we weren't gonna do the hood. So the rest of the car was done. The hood had a really thin layer all the way around it, which made it very hard. And then also down in the cracks when you wanna get out, like, you know, if I was gonna go to prep this car to paint, I would take the bumpers and stuff off. Getting it off of the bumpers and stuff is a pain in the butt as it sits. So it's not that bad to peel once it cured. Long-winded way of saying we're getting ready to respray it. We're gonna do the same color we were doing, except we're not doing a clear coat. I did contact Dip Your Car. They said they have not dipped over their clear. I left a couple of spots, like on the front bumper and air dam and stuff, because that's a super hard spot to peel. So I left that, but they said if you scuff it, you should be fine. I did test a spot on the window and it seemed to do okay. We should be fine. With that also being said, we did have time then to prep the hood, get all the stuff off the hood. Josh spent a lot of time because the hood had a weird reaction even to the primer he laid down, and he ended up having to scrape it off and like really sand it, and then he laid down some, what's this primer called, Josh? It's like a high build primer. I thought it was like it's one that he had to harden too, like an epoxy primer. So that should seal any dumb contaminants into that. And it's good. It had like one little small spot of reaction, but like nothing that I'm concerned with. So we are good. We have slave labor. Oliver's out here. He's been peeling stuff and doing a good job at helping prep the car. We're about ready. We're gonna wipe this thing down and start shooting it. So I have no idea how long this video is because I've been filming it for 2 weeks technically. So I don't know when it's gonna go up either. It'll probably be next weekend. I probably won't have a video this weekend, which kind of sucks. The Starion has stolen 2 videos from y'all, but that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get to cleaning, prepping. We have a whole lot of stuff to do to clean and prep this area. Gotta spray it out. Oliver just swept up. We're gonna spray it out, clean up the floor, spray off the car, and then we are gonna wipe this thing down probably 3 or 4 times really, really well with denatured alcohol and go from there. So let's go ahead and get started on that, and I'll show you where we're at here in a few minutes. All right, vlog. It's getting a little late, but that's okay. Hold up. Let me open up our paint booth. All right, let me show you where we're at. Fought a little bit of fisheye, because I know what fisheye looks like. Fought a little bit of fisheye, no big deal. We got it all buried, and we are looking fairly good. This is where we're at right now. This is, yeah, say it, Oliver. All right, so this is where we're at right now. About to start spraying our color, and hopefully this will go by smooth and easy. That way we can go home at a reasonable time. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's spray some color. Watch this. It's gonna be magic. Like, you see, it's gray, and then, oh shit, hold on. Dang, my snaps aren't working. Ready? Whatever. Boom, and that. We got us a new color. We had a couple of reactions right at the very end, and I decided we have enough material on it and to call it quits. Definitely much better. So, it's been a long process. I hope that overnight, because at the time of filming this, it looks livable, it's good. I'm hoping it settles down. Depending on what it looks like, I may try to dust it a little bit tomorrow. I don't know exactly, but at the moment, it's a solid color. And as long as something weird doesn't happen overnight, that's what we got. We got us a color. This is tactical green. So the color I want to eventually paint my car is Millennium Jade off of the like Skylines, the R34s. I think they had R33s. I don't know, whatever. Nissan color, Millennium Jade. It's a green, it looks good. That's the color I would like to eventually paint the car. And this was a close compromise to that color for now. Next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and unmask everything, reassemble, get it down off the cinder blocks, clean everything up, and I'll show you some cool pictures. All right. Sorry, I was gonna wait until it stopped raining because it is raining like crazy right now, but it doesn't show any signs of slowing up anytime soon. So I wanted to end this video with a couple of things, just a couple of thoughts. I was editing and I was like, I don't really have a way to end the video. So I really wanted to kind of go over a couple of things. Number one, thank you to Fonzie from Plasti Dip for taking time to actually read my messages. There's some owners of companies that'll just ignore you, won't say nothing, or pass the buck to somebody else. He did take his time out to answer the questions and address things to the best that he could from where he was, because he was not here with the car. So thank you for that. Thank you for showing that you care about your product, number one. Number two, Plasti Dip does have a place in the automotive industry, in my opinion. It's easier to do skill-wise than wrapping. It takes a lot to wrap a car. It's a good foundational color change idea, something that's not a permanent like a something that's a temporary color change. It's really good for that. If you want to test a color on your car, or if you want to protect your paint and do something, Plasti Dip is great for that. So I do think the Plasti Dip has a place in the automotive industry. A bunch of people will trash talk Plasti Dip, and I get it. There's times where you see like some real shittily Plasti Dipped wheels or something like that, or somebody has Plasti Dipped their hood or whatever, and they just didn't do a great job. But if you do a really good job, the Plasti Dip turns out pretty nice, at least the base matte stuff. The clear coat, I will withhold my judgment. I don't trust it, but if you want to try it, my only recommendation is try to give it more time to cure. That would be my biggest advice on that. So with that being said, I'm super excited that the car is one color. I'm super excited for this car season, the 2026 season. We are going to be doing some driving. I think the event that I'm going to try to go to, I think there's some at the end of April, but there's one at Edgewater in May, the beginning of May, that I really want to go to. The Edgewater stuff seems really fun. I have a few friends who have tried it and said it's fun, so I'm going to try to go to that one. I'm going to try to probably take the Starion or the Datsun. It just depends. The Datsun needs to be tuned first before I can do much there. But the Datsun is fun to take. It, like, when I go to drive these things, I'm not trying to be competitive at all. I don't care about how many points I get. I don't care about... The only thing I like doing is pulling up, looking at my time on the first run and making improvements each run and getting better. That's all I care about. I don't care about how fast somebody else is. I don't care about any of that. It's just fun to take a car that's way overbuilt like the Datsun and do it then, because you got a car like that that's just way too much for some of these small little areas, and it's just fun to do. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. I want to thank my kid Oliver. Sometimes him and I don't see eye to eye, but I want to thank him because he did do a lot to help me out with this setup. I want to thank Josh and Jen for letting me come out to their home and let my car sit there. Not rent-free. I did pay rent in eggs, so it wasn't rent-free, number one. So I want to thank Josh and Jen, though, for allowing me to come out, and Josh for helping me out and giving me his wisdom with things, because he is a good friend. He is good at that kind of stuff, and a smart guy. Josh is going to be who's helping us paint the Datsun, and then eventually when we paint the Starion, he will be who we go to and do that with. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to make sure that that's expressed because I do appreciate it. I know, like I said, I don't really do this to try to make a huge YouTube channel. If it ever got to a point where it was a decent sized YouTube channel, that'd be awesome. But my main thing is making content because it helps keep me focused. But then also I was thinking about this, another thing that I like making content for is because now I feel like it's kind of immortalized for my kids. So if I'm ever gone, anything ever happens to me, my kids can go back and watch this stuff and see what, what it was like to be around me sometimes. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. But B, if they ever have questions about these cars when I'm dead, they can check those out too. I do want to leave this off with a part that I was going to put in the middle of the video, but I did not. I try to be as transparent as possible about what's going on in my head, and I try to make sure that I am as real as it gets with people that are watching my videos, all 13 people. So I want to be as real as possible with y'all, and I want to show you that I am a pretty positive person. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but you do have to find the bright side in life when things happen. Not everything that happens, may be really bad in the moment, but that's not the worst that could happen. I mean, you're here, you're breathing, you got a loving family, you got loving kids, whatever it might be. It could always be worse. So I do want to leave you on a note. This is the day after the Plasti Dip ordeal. I am going to cut some things out of this and kind of pick and choose what I add in here. That's the glory of editing a video, is you can pick and choose what you want. But the main reason is because I did say some things about dip your car that I don't agree with, that I'm not happy about, because it wasn't their fault. This, it's a beta product. It was a beta product, and they can say it's been out for a long time. It's still a beta product. There's still testing that needs to be done. There's still testing on products that go on for years. So with that being said, I do want to leave you guys off with this note. Thank you for tuning in. watch this because I do think that it is important to see that, you know, some people put faces on the internet. That's not me. I'm always going to be straight up with you guys. And I do want to show that side of me because there are some things in here that are important. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. We have some more stuff coming up soon. I have some content, Dotson content that'll be coming up. I have some driving content that we're going to try to get to here soon and all that kind of stuff. I have some features. I know I keep telling you that. I promise you I have some features. I'm working on honing some skills on some of the editing and stuff, which you saw with the glamour shots. So I'm trying to get back into my groove with that kind of stuff. But thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more content. We'll catch you on the next time or the next one. And yeah, catch this next one. See ya. I thought this part of the video was gonna be where we were showing off cool glamour shots of the car, stuff like that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I also am a believer of everything happens for a reason. And that comes with the good and with the bad. And you have to roll with those punches the same, and you have to adapt. It's not, you know, it's not a world where you're not going to get punched in the mouth. It's how you respond after you do get punched in the fucking mouth. And that's how I do view that as a true statement. So, and I hope that people listen to this. One of the reasons I like to make videos is, to be honest, has lately been because I want to be immortalized for my kids. I want my kids to be able to look back and be like, my dad, whatever. So this advice is for them, but also for everybody else out there, because I do believe that everything happens for a reason. What I'll learn from this, I mean, like what the lesson here, or what the call, or the, I'm dumb, hold on. What the lesson and what the reasoning for this is, I have no idea. I'm defeated. It's a bummer. I don't get defeated very often, at least to the point where I let people see it. I may get frustrated, whatever, but I try not to get defeated. And man, I am so defeated. I live an hour and 45 minutes from Josh, and I decided, I was like, I just need to go home last night at like 1 o'clock. I didn't get home until I stopped and got a drink, whatever. I left at probably 1:30, to be honest, and I got home at like 3 o'clock. So it's now, I've been up for about an hour and a half now. I went and my kids are sick, and I got a good nice shower and clean clothes. And by clean clothes, I'm still wearing the same pants, but I have clean underwear and stuff on, so that's nice. And a clean t-shirt, clean hoodie. I am wearing the same pants because I was like, well, I already got these dirty, so I might as well wear them. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm defeated. I'm going to go out here, see what we can do to salvage what we have, because right now, the car is way worse than it was before. You live and you learn, boys. Let's go ahead and get to it. That's enough rambling. Spirits are only up from here. Let's go ahead. Let's knock it out. Let's see what we can do to resolve this and hope for the best, because, boys, we're losing right now. We're down big. But I saw the Bengals down 21 points. AFC Championship game. Come back and smack them Chiefs in the mouth so we can do the same thing. Let's get it figured out.
I don't know if you can tell, but they're sticky.